Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. It is September 18th and we are here back in my very polluted platinum line area. So yesterday I probably should have waited like one more hour or so before I made that video because I kind of forgot I shouldn't say forgot. I didn't quite finish the platinum line iteration 1 as I was thinking I did. So where we left off yesterday, I had gotten specifically to right here, which outputs this LCR right here. Basically takes, what is going in here? There's also the reciprocated platinum dust, and then basically turns that guy. I think this is a circuit 2 recipe if I remember correctly. No, it's just I don't remember what's quite going on here. Oh yeah, basically this guy just let me look it up here. Reciprocated platinum. Spelling's hard. Reciprocated platinum. Oh yeah, it just combines, that's what it is. It combines it with calcium, and then we that's what's going on here. We basically use the calcium as a catalyst, turn it into regular platinum, and then this guy gets booted out here. It boots out platinum, calcium chloride, comes over into this electrolyzer and recycles the calcium over and over again. Has a nice little loop. The bulk. Oh, I actually have fully caught up. My platinum concentrate, I'm getting a lot of this from my B area, but also get it from the part of the platinum line that I didn't finish yesterday, which is, so to get that reciprocated platinum, we get that from this LCR recipe right here where we're combining ammonium chloride and the platinum concentrate. We get this reciprocated platinum. We also get this platinum salt. This platinum salt we can sift, and then when we sift it, we get let's see, refined platinum salt dust, which then this we throw into this EBF with some chlorine over here, and that gets us this platinum metallic powder dust, which then we can, this is technically the old way I was making platinum. We could throw 3 of these over into a blast furnace to get a couple nuggets. But in reality, we want to finally mix this with this aqua regia that I set up yesterday. Which I should have triggered that in my head that I hadn't finished the line because I set up making this, but then hadn't actually been combining with anything. But ultimately, combine that with the platinum metallic dust, and we get out both the platinum concentrate. And I am using the recipe 9 or circuit 9 recipe, so I get a full dust for this platinum residue, as well as more platinum concentrate, and that obviously kicks down back to that LCR and repeats the whole cycle. So after I finished setting these up last night, I ended up cleaning up the AE system so that I wasn't using the old platinum recipes or had like the platinum dust recipe or cause anything messy, because the platinum comb, which is where I get a lot of my platinum concentrate from, if you notice, when I combine this in the LCR with some hydrofluoric acid, we get the platinum concentrate, but we also get these platinum nuggets. I basically just set up these 2 single blocks because it's we don't get a whole lot, but basically the nuggets will just come in here, get turned molten, and then cast into an ingot, and it's just a little mini boost to the number of platinum I have. And I don't even have this on like the subnet part. This orange cable here is the main network, so just a little bit of bonus passive platinum. Nothing crazy going on there. So today though, while I haven't gotten the 64 of this yet, I did complete this whole portion of the IV platinum line, or really should be more like the platinum metals line. So that actually encompasses, starting from this multi-block, all these guys, wraps all the way around, and all these guys over here. So this is everything I set up today specifically for this line. And I'll do kind of a quick run through. I'm not going to read out everything, and kind of real quickly talk about the few things that I did struggle with, I will say overall, it was kind of cathartic how well the AE system and all my setup and resources could handle this, and the sheer amount of crafting of multi-blocks I did today. To start the day off while I was exercising in the morning, I don't normally boot up the game that early in the morning, but I did, and I put in there to craft I apologize. Put in there to craft like 20 or so LCRs, and then kind of took a quick look. So I crafted a bunch of EBFs, some mixers, some sifters, some that kind of stuff, and just had it on craft. And then that way, once I actually got to playing proper today, I had a good amount of like backlog, and it had everything I requested crafted in that hour or so this morning, including like hundreds of Lapatron batteries, tons of this gallium wire, and even this guy here, because yesterday I didn't talk about it. I had mentioned that I was short on tantalum, but one of the main things I wanted to craft was this guy right here, and I didn't have it set up. So yesterday for this line, I was freebooting the power from the floor above, which is the monazite line. I just basically ran a cable down from that Lapatron, what's it called? Lapatronic supercapacitor. So today I was able to craft this and get it all set up. The other thing I did before I started today was kind of a little bit of cleanup. So I don't think I actually ever showed it because I set it up prior to me doing these little daily updates, but this floor in particular in this tower was where I had a bunch of single block HV tanks that were what I was using as fluid storage before I added fluid to AE and got that all set up. So I cleaned all that up, dumped all that fluid into the AE system, and set up cells for them and stuff. Specifically, a lot of that stuff is like overflows from all the different distillation towers over here, for example, like all these byproducts, so on and so forth. So I did set them all up with sticky cards and void cards to make sure they don't like overflow the system. They'll just go to their one cell, but basically set that all up. And then while I'm down here, the main struggle I actually did have for resources today till the very end was oxygen and nitrogen. So oxygen, I went a little overboard and I crafted 16 electrolyzers because I just wanted to be done with the problem, which is part of why there's so much pollution here right now. So these are literally, all of them share a reservoir hatch, and they all output on the same thing. So basically just did blocks of 4. All these are literally just electrolyzing water into hydrogen and oxygen for me, and it is overkill. Right now, because the water is free, I just have these running, but here soon I'll set it up so that these guys are not running when I have plenty in the system. But I didn't want to I didn't want to spend more time on this than I needed to. This little electrolyzer here I set up right at the end because I'm actually, the other resource I wasn't expecting to run out of anytime soon is carbon. So this guy's just all this one is doing is electrolyzing coal and getting more carbon for me, which I actually do need more. But I'm not letting it run very long because I don't need that much carbon. Like, I do make quite a bit. I just need to fix some stuff over in the B area, and then I'll be back to being fine on this. But again, this was faster than messing around with that yet, so I just wanted to get this done so I could keep the other progress I was getting done today on track. And I did keep up with these frames. I do need to finish up my platinum line frames. I forgot to yesterday, but it's just a couple. This guy down here, each one of these is basically hop along the quest book, and this part down here is the Rhodium, and then up here is the Palladium. So like I said, I had problems with oxygen, and then also nitrogen, which I did take care of the nitrogen as well. That one, this again is another temporary setup until I go back and fix my V problem. I did upgrade the little silly setup I had over here yesterday to basically be the multi-block because I still wasn't keeping up with the amount of nitrogen I needed. And then I just have 10 compressors compressing air for me, And then because this is the multi-block version, it doesn't take the compressed air cells in centrifugium. It does need to be the actual fluid, so they all just come into this one fluid canner to pull it in. But this guy keeps up with nitrogen now, so I didn't worry about dropping another one because this is overkill, but it's working. It has nitrogen caught up and I haven't had to worry about it because we do use, as the quest book says, quite a bit of nitric acid. So I have nitric acid being made here. I made on, oh, this is the monzonite line, so it's made here. It's the first step. Here is the first step for the platinum line, and then even again one more time over in this little section where it's just being dedicated for one of the steps close to the end of the rhodium portion of the rhodium palladium line. So it just need tons of nitric acid. So this is that. For the actual line itself, so like I said, this pretty much just goes straight order of line of each one of these. If you just go bop bop bop, I just kind of picked at random earlier when I got to this step which direction I wanted to go. I decided to do this hat first, and then I'll come here because this one end feels more like the actual end, just because I happened to notice, which made me feel silly for setting up all the color stuff over the weekend, that near the end of this line you get an infinite spray can, so that's kind of cool. And then we'll be able to make the IV energy hatches and start to like move on. So I figured it made more sense to me to do this side first and then come back and do this side tomorrow, or over, if I don't finish it tomorrow, over the weekend. But it looks about the same length, or maybe even shorter, so we'll see. There's a little bit of looks like some back and forth around, so we'll see how complicated this half ends up being. But so like I said, each one of these is like a notch in the quest book. This all the way over to this group of LCRs is the rhodium portion, and then this way, not including this vacuum freezer over here, is the palladium portion. And then they mix together this guy and come over into the CBF. I literally just finished it before I started recording, so I don't have the 64 rhodium plated palladium. But here in an hour or so, I'll have it all, because I'm not going to overclock this, only because when these guys are overclocked, as soon as it has maintenance issues, it will just fail. Versus right now, for it to have maintenance issues, it would at least keep running. And I'm not in it. So basically the whole point of this line is to get the, like I said, rhodium plated palladium, which is used apparently as the machine hull material for LUV. So it's just nice to have this building up for when I need it later, but I by no means need it now. So this will just be fine as it is. A couple of like noteworthy things with the way I decided to do this is, so over here, this yellow line is the subnetwork. This line adjacent to it, also yellow, is the P2P network within this subnetwork, just to get me more channels. So orange line is the main net. This little section of multi-blocks over here is basically everything that gets recycled, because a lot of times there'll be, for one of these processes, say, over here's kind of a bad example. What is a good one? I don't know. Over here, for example, we make, on the palladium line, we make this stuff right here, this formic acid cell. But to get there, we need carbon monoxide, sodium hydroxide, sulfuric acid. All this stuff comes in. Then we get this formic acid and then this sodium sulfate dust out. The only thing the sodium sulfate dust appears to be good for, besides like if I want to get sulfur oxygen liquid sodium, which no, I don't need that. I'll just is to recycle it back out with some hydrogen into more sulfuric acid and sodium dust, and so on. So, and then over here, this little section, I forget which one of these it is, but basically one of them outputs molten potassium. So this guy is just solidifying it back into an ingot and grinding it back into dust. And then over here, this guy is taking the zinc sulfate, because we use zinc as a catalyst for one of these guys as well. I think this one. And this comes in here, and then I, get out I don't remember, zinc and probably sulfuric acid again. So this guy, it's just another recycling. Actually, interesting. I wonder if I'm not recycling it the best way. Zinc sulfate, sulfuric acid, zinc, sulfur, oxygen. I might keep an eye on my sulfuric acid. I might actually change this multi-block out. I didn't notice that before. Take that zinc sulfate, mix it with some hydrogen, and get some sulfuric acid. Because we use sulfuric acid in a lot of things, and I only imagine the demand's going to go up. So it might just be better to recycle it that way than what I'm currently doing. Because I still get the zinc back, which is the main thing. I don't really care about sulfur or oxygen, especially with this this electrolyzer causing all this pollution over here. So I'm going to make a note to that myself. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll come back and probably knock it out over the weekend or something, because I have a little laundry list of things. So like I said, I got this line set up. I'm pretty happy. This is easily the most gregging multi-block spam I have ever done in a single day before. It's kind of crazy that I did this many plus the 2 other little mini setups I did. But for tomorrow, I do plan on trying to knock out this whole line here. We'll see. Again, who knows what surprises will come at me. I have also been making a list of things that are getting backed up that I need, or running low that I need more of. But I will be happy to say that my tantalum is not low anymore. I got 4,000 of this, as well as, and also notes of things I need to fix, like those electrolyzers down below, putting basically emitters on them to shut them down when I don't need them running, as well as, in this case, I want to set up something for the pollution for this tower, because this is pretty bad. And I mean, there's plenty of floors, so in this case, I'm not worried about any like acid rain or anything causing damage to this, but still I like to walk around and have not have it look nice and not look like I'm on some like poison planet. So that'll be something else I do. I'm pretty sure I actually crafted a air filter already. Yeah, I already have one crafted. I just haven't set it up, which this is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to throw some power on it, and it doesn't really need much else to run. But yeah, that's basically it for me today. It was a lot of progress today. Oh, I always have like one other note. I was going to just say, for the Palladium line, the only thing that kind of stood out, the Rhodium line was pretty straightforward. I don't think there was, aside from setting up like a recycling thing, there wasn't really anything like weird or crazy that stood out to me. The Palladium line just had this, so this was the first LCR I set up, where you take the Palladium ammonia, run it through this, and then you start getting the reciprocated version back. But later on in the line, once you get to like this step right here, you use the ammonia again mixed with the salt you get from sifting, and then you get that first resource back. So once you start the line, you don't actually need this first step anymore. It's self-cycling with everything else. I did leave this LCR over here specifically. For some reason I completely run out and I need to kind of like reboot it. I just have this guy set up. I'll turn it on, run it a little bit, and reboot. I don't know if I ever will need to, but it's there as an option just in case. But yeah, that's basically... Why is this off? Power loss. What? Oh. Rookie mistake on my part. Can you spot what I did? Need these transformers. So basically, this gallium line right here, it came down to the transformers right here. So it must have been raining, and even if it's covered right here, it needs to actually be covered one block over. So technically, this guy should be right here. Actually, this is ugly. You go one more down. Either way, I'm gonna fix this. So basically, it was just the 2 transformers right here got hit by rain and exploded, and then I ran out of power, which is sad. But I'll get that fixed, and I will leave you guys to it. I hope everybody has a good night. thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.